This is my Bible journaling basket. It usually lives on the couch in our living room or library, as we call it. Recently, a friend viewer, Sarah, thank you, Sarah, sent me this image from Space for Simplicity. You can find her on Instagram. She defined yo-yo decluttering. The act of decluttering, then recluttering, then decluttering again, then recluttering your space over and over. This yo-yo definition struck a chord with me. So in this video, I am going to talk about yo-yo decluttering and recluttering of my journal supplies and how acknowledging yo-yo decluttering and recluttering as a thing can actually help you on your journey. I just want to say this video is sponsored, has a sponsored segment from Native. It's more on that towards the end in a little bit, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. I didn't want to randomly talk about deodorant in this video. Okay, so journaling supplies. This is my guilty face. I purged a lot of journaling supplies with you in the past. About a year ago, I decluttered 25 journals that I had amassed over a period of a long time, years and years. And I decluttered those journals and the supplies that went along with it. Here on YouTube, I shared that video. Nine, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. To use lots of stickers and really just sit down and map it out, bullet journal style. I mean, this is one of the things look at how much time that took me. Something like this that can just be folded and is just a brain dump and that size. I need an 8.5 by 11 size right now. And so it's hard for me because I don't need the style right now. And I think to myself, well, what if I do return to that creative outlet? What would I do? I'd like to think I would buy one Archer and Olive if that was the current season of life, how it went. But and that what if sometimes can really plague you and plague your decision making and hold you back. And I don't want to be held back by clutter. Boom. I don't want to be held back by clutter. Okay. Sometimes I just need to talk these things out and I feel better. Same thing here. I wrote on it. I can't use it. I don't want to be held back by clutter. Let me rephrase that. I will not be held back by clutter. Keep going on our art cart downstairs and on my desk. Everything else is going to be gone. That entire category is now gone for me. Between trash, donate, give away. Okay, so I decluttered 25 journals and most of the supplies that I had purchased at that time were gifted to a child in our homeschool co-op. I just gave her this giant bag of stickers and stuff, beautiful stickers and journaling supplies because she was on a journaling journey. And the journals were given away, trashed, or recycled. Here comes my yo-yo. I'm gonna try to lift it. Oh my gosh, I think I just gave myself a hernia. Okay. I have been collecting journal supplies again, but this time I am restricting my collection to this basket and all the supplies have a specific purpose. They're being used for my Bible study each day. I got back into it. The collection of supplies is not comparable to the amount that I decluttered a year ago. After decluttering that category before, I have centralized what I have now in this bin. It's organized, it makes me happy. And I could stop right there. It makes me happy, period. One of my key decluttering mantras that works for me is if I use it, I need it, I love it, I treasure it, then it finds a place in my home. I don't beat myself up about keeping it or decluttering it. I have leaned hard on a few decluttering mantras over the last 3 years. If you're interested in a video about that, about my decluttering mantras, what's worked, what hasn't worked, how to make one, leave me a comment below. If you have a decluttering mantra that you like, that works, please share it in a comment for the rest of us, and maybe we could try your mantra. Okay, so while you're sharing your comment below, please allow me to just share a quick 30 seconds for the sponsor with you now. Thank you to Native for sponsoring this video. Their deodorants smell so good. They dry quick, they're not sticky. The packaging is earth friendly. 100% plastic free, or aluminum free, paraben free, vegan, cruelty free. Everything is on the label. They are transparent about what they're putting in their deodorants. Normally deodorants are $39 a 3-pack, but if you use my link and code, you're going to get that in the description box. You're going to get them for $26, which is 33% off. Thank you again to Native for sponsoring this video. I look forward to reading your comments below of whether or not you want a mantra video. If you have a mantra, I look forward to reading that. Okay, so the journal supplies that I decluttered a year ago, they were not being used. They were clutter to me a year ago because I had stopped journaling for a long time, a long period of time. And the supplies were not used, needed, loved, treasured. They were annoying me because they were clutter. I used to journal in a bullet journal, my calendar, my Bible, random journals, just dollar store notebooks. I like the creativeness of journaling. I had drifted to reading the Bible with the kids and honestly reading the Bible less often personally myself. So you might be thinking, Erica, you are making a really good case for keeping things just in case. Just in case I want to journal again. My actions are not a rationalization for keeping anything just in case, because I would repeat the decisions I made a year ago. The thing with decluttering for your current season of life is that interests come in and go out of your life, or things change, your life change. The demands on your time, your money, your effort, your energy, they change. We become caregivers unexpectedly for family members, or we face grief and loss that just change how we spend our time. The demands for our time, our attention, our money, they change with every season of life. And I had financial guilt about letting go of those supplies a year ago. I struggled with that because I had spent a good bit of money on supplies and journals that I never used. But once I got rid of them, physically got them out of my house, I felt a release. It was the right decision. It was the good decision for me. And that means it was the right decision for that time of my life. And life is hard enough without feeling guilt over decisions that you cannot reverse. You can't change the decisions. You can't beat yourself up again. Life's too short. So I'm glad I didn't hang on to all those supplies from last year. It was part of my journey, part of my minimalism journey. I had lessons to learn about stuff then. I still have lessons to learn about stuff now, which brings me back to my basket of journaling supplies, present day. Now that I have returned to Bible journaling, I have spent money on supplies again. I decluttered the stash in the past, and I realized I had been fighting with myself because I did not want to completely slide backwards and undo the decluttering work that I had done and collect more again, too much. And that personal fight, I recognized it as growth. It signified growth for me. I am able to recognize that now, today, that feeling of financial guilt from decluttering these items in a year ago, they're guiding my decisions now as I'm yo-yo recluttering this category. I feel like I leapt from financial guilt of decluttering those items to financial freedom of not needlessly just randomly shopping for journal supplies again. I have been purchasing purposefully and thoughtfully and taking my time researching prices and using some of my daughter's art supplies and her papers and knowing exactly what I want to put in here. And I would not have kept those supplies just in case. I'm glad I didn't do that. I was judging myself for yo-yo recluttering this category, and I was afraid to spend money on something that brings me a great amount of happiness because I had already decluttered these items. I bought different stickers, I bought different things, but I was afraid that I was going to end up with a massive amount of supplies again. And so I was tumbling this around over and over in my brain on what I wanted to say in this video. And a few words just came to mind. I heard them in my grandmother's voice from heaven, I guess, for some reason, whatever. And I heard her say, life is too short, honey. It is just stuff. And I could hear her saying this to me and acknowledging this yo-yo decluttering, recluttering in my life. It can actually help you. It's just stuff. So I realized that I was judging myself, and I needed to focus on the improvements that I had gained and lessons I had learned from this yo-yo reclutter of journal supplies. So I compare this to the category from a year ago. And This time, here are my changes. I bought things intentionally for a specific purpose rather than just randomly going through Michael's and Target and buying stickers and journals. I knew specifically the stickers I wanted and the vellum that I wanted. I spent less than $50 on this yo-yo. I have set a boundary and kept the boundary to be this basket to limit my supplies. Okay, that's so heavy. And I've rediscovered my daily habit of spending time in the Word. And I can't put a price on that. I can't. It brings me so much joy to be doing this again. And journaling supplies that were decluttered in the past are a sign of growth for me. At that time, at that season of life, it wasn't that I was untidy or unorganized. It was just too much stuff. I had a lot of journaling supplies. And now I've learned to control my spending as on this minimalism journey and lean into what I love doing. And I'm not going to feel bad about it. I'm not going to feel bad about yo-yo recluttering those items because it has led me to this basket today. Conscious, intentional use of my time and my money. I might not be sitting in front of you right now with this basket if I had not decluttered the same category last year. It might be a different story for me. And that's how yo-yo recluttering can help you. I urge you to avoid judging yourself and focus on what you learned from the yo-yo experience. This video here can help you understand that clutter might actually be a sign of growth. And it's the start of a deeper conversation about clutter and decluttering that I am sharing on this channel this month. So you might enjoy watching this one next. Thank you for sharing part of your day with me, and I look forward to reading your comments below.